Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today on Senior Fitness with Meredith. So today's workout we are doing, I'm not even holding it, our resistance bands workout. So the format, what you will need, what we will be doing for today's workout. So like I said, resistance bands. So if you choose to use equipment, your resistance band, I like the flat ones. I buy them in bulk and then I cut them to size because I like it to be about as wide as my arm span is. They come pre-done already as well, and you've seen that probably if you've purchased some. So if you have that, you can go ahead and get that. Like I said, if you're choosing to use equipment, you do not have to use equipment. So remember, you can just do range of motion, kind of go through the movements, learn them, think about the body parts that you're using, and do it that way as well. So it's really up to you. I'm going to start the workout standing with a quick warm-up, no equipment. So having that space around you, no fall or trip hazards. I'm then going to transition to seated to start our resistance band workout. We'll transition back to standing, back to our chair to complete our workout with some core and our wonderful stretch at the end. So all can be modified. You can stay seated for the entirety of the workout, from the cardio warm-up at the beginning to the very, very end at the stretch. So make sure you remember this is your workout. I'm guiding you through movements, never telling you what to do. You know your body best. Maybe parts of the body don't necessarily like the movements that we're doing. Listen to your body. Do what is best for you, what you know you should and should not do. Always have to put that reminder out there. YouTube, during these live streams, they may put a commercial in there. Unfortunately, we have no control over this. So if a commercial does come up, you have the ability, either hit that skip button if it comes up on your screen, or let the commercial go through. The commercial goes through, you get right back into the workout, right where you left off. So remember that. It's not going to mess up the workout at all, and unfortunately, we just cannot control that. So getting all equipment together, so like I said, sturdy, comfortable chair for our seated parts. Your resistance band, if you're choosing to use one. Some space around you, no fall or trip hazards. Always having your water close by, taking those breaks when you see necessary. I also have my sweat rag as it's quite warm and I may need to towel off throughout the workout. So getting everything together. Like I said, I'm going to show our warm-up standing, but you can do the entire workout seated, still following my posture and core, making sure we're nice and tall when we go through it. Same thing seated as standing. Give me some comments. I already see a lot out there, which I love. If you have the ability and the time, tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're watching from, if this is the first time, what the weather's like where you're at, that type of thing. If you have a quick question, I can try and get to that, but I do all of those comments at the end, so you got to stick around for that. And then, without further ado, we'll get started with our warm-up for our resistance bands workout. All right, let's have some fun. It's gonna be fun. It always is, right? All right. Whether you're staying seated or standing, let's start with that march. Nice tight core. Lengthen the spine. Relax those shoulders down. Nice and open and proud throughout the workout. Big deep inhales and exhales, just kind of finding our footing, our breath. Whether it's later in the day, first thing in the morning, whenever you're doing this workout, we still need to start with our warm-up. With those feet marching, big deep inhale, arms up and around. If that's available to you, big deep inhale, length up. And exhale. One more time, big deep inhale, length up. And exhale. Good job, keep that march going. We're gonna tap out to the front, right, left, pressing those hands out in front. Ready? Right, left, let's go. Tap, tap. Exhale, inhale. Those abdominals pulled in nice and tight the entire workout. Relax those shoulders down. Slight bend in those knee joints. Exhaling, inhaling. 3 more each side. 2. Last one, march it out. Good job. Taps are gonna go behind us. Little kickbacks, both arms working behind us. Right, left feet, both arms working. Let's go. Tap, tap. Exhale, inhale. Think about back body warming up now. Exhale, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1 more each side. Back up nice and tall. Good job. Side movements now. Lateral, right, left. Side steps. Right, left, let's go. Right, left. Once those feet are working, just open and close those arms. Think about stretching through the chest and back. Warming up through the outer thighs, hips, gluteals, inner thighs. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. 2. Last one, come back to that march. Good job. Always like to kind of come back to march in between each movement, finding our footing and breath. With our march going, let's keep it with a regular march. Just bring those shoulders up and back. Let's warm up those shoulders a little bit. Shoulder rolls to the back. Inhale, exhale. Let's reverse that. Circles to the front. Let's do 2 more. Last one, march it out. 1 more big deep inhale, arms up and around. If that's available to you, big deep inhale, length goes up. And exhale, a little shake out of those arms. We'll bring those feet to a stop in 5, 4, 3, 2, and those feet can come to a stop. I'm gonna bring my chair over. So now we're going to carefully transition into our seats. So bringing my chair over, having your resistance band. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that portion of the workout as well. So like I said, carefully transitioning. Sometimes we just like to plop into our chair. Let's focus on making sure we're sitting properly. We spot before we have a seat. And then once we're in our chairs, let's scooch ourselves up to the front of that chair. Core pulled in nice and tight. So once we scooch ourselves up, really makes us sit up nice and tall. It makes our posture long because we're not just sitting back and slouching. Nice and tall, core pulled in tight. Again, nice and proud. Think opening up, feeling nice and proud of yourself. All right, so once we're nice and tall, the front of our chair, we have our resistance band. We're gonna start with front body. So we take that band, bring it behind us, and then as high as you can get it up while it stays underneath the underarms. So I just don't like it going over the top because then it just kind of rubs. It doesn't feel so nice. So we bring it up as high as we can get it on that upper back, but keeping it underneath the underarms. Now with a resistance band, if you haven't done many workouts with it, just remember you're in control of the resistance and how easy or intense that strength is. So you're creating that. So make sure you bring those hands nice and close. If it feels a little too easy, play around with the resistance of your band. All right, so nice and tall, core pulled in nice and tight, lengthen our spine, shoulders relaxed and down, chest pressed to start. Front body, exhale, extend out in front, gently release back. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, extend, inhale, release. Good job. Feel that length pressing from the chest. You will feel other parts of the body. Those biceps are working as well. Shoulders are working. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2. On our last one, hold it out nice and long. Shoulders relaxed, slight bend in the elbow joints. We open nice and big for a chest fly. Exhale, squeeze, close center. Inhale, exhale. All those little muscles in the chest. Again, feeling other muscles working as secondaries. I love chest flies because they feel like a nice stretch along with that strengthening. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more. We'll open back out nice and big at our sides. Bring the hands in close to the body. We're going to press straight out to our side. So we exhale, extend out. Inhale, gently release in. So again, with that band, don't let it control your movements. You're in control. Good job. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Bringing hands right in front of chest for our punches or extensions to the front. So extending right and left or punching right and left. Extend, extend. Make those movements nice and quick. Keep the abdominals pulled in tight. Press, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Whew. Gently release. So make sure all the resistance is off. Release it from behind you. Wiggle those fingers out in between each movement, because I know when we're holding that band, you can always wrap it so you don't have to hold it quite as tight. Start to feel those hands. So shake them out a little bit in between. Then we'll get right back into it. Now we're going to focus on upper back. So think opposite of what we just did chest, now back. Big muscle group. So putting good resistance on that band. I'll wrap it this time. So you just wrap it around. Find that good resistance. Again, nice and tall, core pulled in tight. We're keeping length in the arms to start, that slight bend in the elbow joints. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Really focus on that. Now bending at the elbows, bring the band in towards the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gently release out. Exhale, inhale. So our back pulls. Exhale, inhale. Staying nice, tall, and lifted. Breathing with it, don't hold the breath. Focus on the muscles you're working, that mind-muscle connection. Squeeze that upper back. 3, 2, last one. Release it, shake it out. Whew. Next are our lat pull down. So I always think those muscles that run down the rib cage, those lat muscles. So holding onto that band, arms are a little bit higher than your gaze if you have that range of motion. Bringing the band down towards the belly, we squeeze and open, gently release it back up. Bringing down, release it back up. Opening that resistance up, but keeping the length in the arms the entire time. Feeling that range of motion, the shoulders starting to feel it as well. 3 more. 3. Exhale. 2. Last one. And gently release it. Again, shake it out. Next, working triceps. We're going to single sides so we really can focus on what we're working. So tricep, back of the arm. We're going to glue our left hand to our left hip. Bring our right elbow up, getting that good resistance. Bringing that right elbow up, keeping the elbow lifted with the shoulder relaxed and down. We extend the arm long, bend, bring it back in. Exhale, extend, inhale in. Again, with that shoulder relaxed and down. That extension coming from that tricep muscle. We're bringing that resistance out with the tricep, gently releasing it. Again, not allowing that band to control our movements. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Whew, shake that side out. Before we go to our left side, let's do some rotator cuffs. So we're going to bring our elbows and glue them towards our hips, so right into the side of our body. Pressing just the hands and forearms out to the side, gently release in. So notice how those elbows are glued into the side body. Nice and low. Exhale, inhale. Rotator cuffs. Those muscles deep inside the shoulders. Exhale, inhale. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Whew, shake it out. Now we do left side with our tricep extension. So my right hand is going to glue to my right hip. I bring that left elbow up nice and high. Relax that shoulder down. Exhale, extend out. Inhale, bend, bring it back in. Extend, release. Focusing on the back of the arm, that tricep, on that extension. Good job. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one, gently release it down. Whew, shake that out. Perfect time to grab water if you have it close by and you would like to do so. We're going to give the upper body a little bit of a break and work lower body. So taking our band, place it onto our lap, like we're tying up our legs. We bring it back around so the ends are back up on top. So we've tied up our legs nice and tight. We'll make sure we're scooched up to the front of our chair. Nice and tall core, nice and tight. Length in that spine. We're holding on to that band. Feet are close together for our first movement. Pressing from our outer thighs, so it's not the knees. Outer thighs, open that resistance, gently release it. Exhale, inhale. Keep the abdominals pulled in. You'll feel core engaging through most of these movements, especially when we're sitting. That core really is working. Outer thighs, hips, gluteals. Release it. Slow and controlled, both directions. 3 more. 3, 2, last one, and release. Good job. Keep the band right where it is, but separate the feet slightly, about shoulder distance apart. Let's go into our marches, right, left, bringing that foot up off the ground. So right side, release, left, release. So now we're keeping that pull on the outer thigh, hip, and gluteal, so you'll feel those staying contracted the entire time, feeling them work. But think big leg muscle, that quadricep, leading that foot off the ground and that resistance up. And still staying nice and tall, trying not to lose our posture and form. Let's do 3 more each side. 2 more. Last one, right, left. Releasing feet down, they're nice and open. We're still feeling that pull high on the balls of the feet. Release. Heels up, release. Exhale, inhale. Focus on those calves, lower part of the leg. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. 3 more. 3, 2. Last one. Still keep those legs wrapped up. Bring the feet closer together. It takes a little bit of that pull off those outer thighs, hips, gluteals for a second. Make sure we have good posture. We're going to alternate opening to our sides now. So body stays center. It's not going to follow that leg as it goes side to side. Body center, core tight, right foot open to right. Come back center, left foot to the left, center. I know we want the body to follow, so it takes that resistance off. We're working those outer thighs, hips, gluteals, strengthening. Just 3 more each side. 3 more. 3, 3, 2. 1 more each side. Right, center, left, center. Keep those feet right where they are. Just that right side's gonna work. We're gonna bring the foot up, extend, bend, release. Up, extend, bend, release. Up, extend, bend, release. I know we feel it. Just 3 more. 3, 2. Just 1 more. Good job. Let's do that on the left side. We're almost there. Left foot up, extend, bend, release. Up, extend, bend, release. Good job. Almost there, almost there. 3 more. 3. Last one. Extend, bend, release. Feet close together. Gently take that resistance off. And shake hands out. Go ahead and grab water if you would like. We're going back to upper body for the most part for this next set. We're going to step onto our band. So I always like to say try and get equal distance on either side. So once you put it down onto the ground, stepping onto it so it's not moving around underneath the feet. So we're stepping hard onto that band. Once it's there, we try and make sure we've got equal resistance on either side, whether or not it's equal in length. As long as that resistance is equal, then we bring ourselves back up nice and tall. Lengthen that spine, shoulders relaxed and down, that core is pulled in. Nice long arms, palms are facing back behind us, slight bend in the elbow joints. Our press backs to start. We press arms back, gently release. Squeeze shoulder blades together, release. It's a great movement to do throughout the day with or without resistance. Focusing on great posture, we're opening through the shoulders and chest. A lot of times we have a tendency to bring those shoulders to the front, rounding through our upper back. Let's open up through front body. 3 more. Exhale, press back 2. Last one. Good job. We'll shake out, release at our sides. Elbows glued to the side of our body, alternating bicep curls. So keeping those elbows glued in, right side, bend at the elbow joint, hand towards the shoulder, gently release, then left, same thing. Bending up towards the shoulder, release. Depending on the length of your band and the resistance that you have, The hand may only go up halfway, and that's as far as it will go. That's perfectly fine. You've maxed out the resistance or the length of that band. So range of motion different with different bands. But keeping that good form of those elbows nice and close to the side of the body. Don't allow them to jut forward and make the front of the shoulder do all of the work. That bicep muscle's doing the work. We have 3 more on each side. So 3, 3, 2, 1 more each side, right, left. Good job. Woo, shake that out, little release. Sticking with alternating right and left, but we're going to do side raises. So thinking about tops of the shoulder. That's what's leading this movement. It's not our hand or our band or our elbow. Slight bend in the elbow joints, leading from the shoulder, no higher than shoulder level. Again, gonna be different for everyone depending on the strength of your band and the length of your band. Right side out to the side, gently release it. Left side up, gently release it. Certain movements, this is one of them. That band really wants to control that hand going back down. Resistance band so good, working in both directions. Core pulled in nice and tight, feeling that core engage on our movements. That's a good thing. Lead from that shoulder, not the elbow, not the hand, not the band. 3 more each side. 3, 3. Exhale up. 2. 1 more each side. Right, release, left, release. Whew, little shake out of that upper body. So for lower body, just a movement to kind of give that upper body a break, but focusing back into from the quadricep to outer thigh, hip, gluteal. We're gonna stay on right side, press it out, bring it back in. Press it out, bring it in. It's a small movement, but you will start to feel it, especially since we did all of that lower body work. Press side, bring center. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Whew. Before we go to the other side, we'll do right side for upper body. It's a front raise. So like our side raise out to the side, same thing going to the front. So no higher than shoulder level or your gaze, and it may not get up that high, and that's okay. Keeping that slight bend in the elbow joint, really focusing on front of the shoulder. So leading from that part where shoulder and chest intersect and come together, that's where we're leading from. Just right side, bringing it up, gently releasing it down. Exhale, inhale. Three more. 3, 2, last one. Whew, shake that side out. Now let's go back to lower body with that left side. The press out to the side, coming back to center. We're nice and lifted tall, core pulled in tight. Press side, center. Step side, back center. Small range of motion. With our band, small range of motion goes a long way. We're getting into all those little muscles. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Now left side with our front raise. So shoulders relaxed and down, slight bend in that elbow joint, bringing it up no higher than your gaze or shoulder level, releasing down. Leading from the front of that shoulder. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Release it, shake it out. The band can come out from underneath those feet, but we have a couple more things before we transition to standing. I'm going to glue those heels down to the ground, bringing those feet nice and close together. Those heels are glued down. They're not moving. Then we take that band, bring it underneath the arch of the foot. And I say that I don't want it too close to the toes where it can come up and come at you. So we bring it underneath the arch of the foot. We sit back up nice and tall. First thing, we're doing back pulls. So bringing those hands towards the body, we squeeze those shoulder blades together, lengthen back out. That length stays in that spine. We feel those shoulder blades squeeze and open. Good posture form. I know we're getting fatigued. Make sure we're nice and proud still. Open through that front body. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good job. Then we're just going to bring the band kind of towards the center of the legs or in between the knees, but still holding on to it. Those heels are glued down to the ground. We're nice and tall. We're just going to open up the feet. So spread them open, release. Open, together. Keeping those heels glued down. They're not separating and stepping out to the sides. So we're strengthening through our ankles, our shins, the side of where our calves are at, lower part of the leg. Really good to strengthen, great for our gait and balance. 3, 2, last one, good job. Gently release that band from underneath the feet. So always taking the resistance completely off before you release that band. You know, these things, they like to snap back at you, so always being careful with that. Taking a quick breather, grab water if you would like. We're going to transition to standing if you choose to do so. Otherwise, you can stay seated, going through the same movements that we just did. Basically, we're just going to be doing them in a different way when we stand up. So you can always stay seated if that's where you're most comfortable at this moment today. Remember, we're not thinking about where we used to be. Even if it was a couple hours ago, we're not thinking about where we want to be. Where are we right now? Let's be happy with that. Let's make sure we're doing the proper thing for ourselves and staying safe. So before we stand all the way up, gave you plenty of time for a quick rest. We bring those feet about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to hold on to my band, but remember, if you need to hold on to something, whether you have arms on your chair or you need to just have one hand down, you can do so, and then you can pick the band back up if you're choosing to stand. First, we just start with our presses. So feeling muscles engage. Feet shoulder distance apart, equal pressure, ball of the foot to the heel. Core is pulled in tight, lengthen our spine, chest goes forward, nose over toes. We press firmly down into the ground. We feel our quadriceps, abdominals, gluteals contract. We gently release. Let's do that again. Exhale, press and release. One more time. Exhale, press firmly into the ground. Gently release. So those muscles are trying to get ready because they think we're going to make them do something. So that's exactly what they're doing, contracting, getting ready for us to stand. So now we're going to do a hip lift. So same thing, feet shoulder distance apart, equal pressure, ball of the foot to the heel, chest forward, nose over toes. Those hips peel up, gently release, sit back up nice and tall. We'll do that 2 more times if you're comfortable doing that. Otherwise, you stick with the presses. Exhale, nose over toes, up, down, release. 1 more. Release. Good job. Next is our full stand and sit back down. We'll do 3 repetitions and then stand back up and stay standing if you're choosing to do so. So chest goes forward, nose over toes. We stand up all the way. Bend the knees, gently release back down. So no plopping into that chair. Again, Exhale. Inhale, gently release. Let's do one more. Exhale, nose over toes. Stand. We're going to release it back down. Like I said, this is your bonus one. We exhale, stand. We're going to stay standing on this one. And then once we're standing, little shake out of those legs. Again, if you're seated, same exact movements that you'll be doing. Otherwise, follow along with me standing. We have that band. I'm going to go ahead and wrap. Our first thing will be our lat pull downs, just like when we were sitting, but you'll feel the body work a little differently when you're standing. Nice solid base, so feet are about shoulder distance apart. Slight bend in those knee joints. Arms are long, a little bit higher than shoulder level or your gaze. Keeping the length in the arms, we exhale, bring that resistance down towards the belly. We gently release it back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Remember those lats, the muscles down the sides of the body, the rib cage? That's what we're working here. Good job. Keep that slight bend in the knee joints. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good job. Gently release, little shake out, bringing those elbows and glue them into the side of the body. I like to make my resistance a little bit smaller. We're working those rotator cuffs deep inside those shoulders so those elbows stay glued in to the side of the body. Elbows nice and low. Both hands, forearms open out. Gently release back center. Core is pulled in tight, those shoulders are relaxed and down, that slight bend in the knee joints. Good job. Let's do 3, 2, last one. Whew, little shake out. Now we're going to step onto our band. So just like when we were sitting, we want to try and get as equal between the sides as we can. And once we stand on it, we come back up nice and tall. It's not moving around underneath our feet. So our first thing will be our bicep curls, alternating. So let's find our good posture and form first. Nice and tall, shoulders relaxed and down. Slight bend in those knees. So don't hyperextend and lock them out. Slight bend in those knee joints. Elbows glued into the side of the body, core pulled in tight, alternate right, left, hand up towards the shoulder, gently release it, left side, hand up towards the shoulder, release. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Different range of motion depending on the length of your band and your resistance. Don't forget. Just keeping that good form with those elbows nice and close to the side of the body so the biceps are doing the work. Let's do 2 more each side. 2. 2. 1 more each side. Right and left. Good job. Whew, little shake out. I'm going to take a tiny bit of my resistance off for my alternating side raises. Slight bend in the elbow joints, leading from the shoulder, no higher than shoulder level, right side out to the side. Gently release it down, left side out, gently release it down. Shoulder leads the way, the rest of the arm and resistance follows behind. Three more. 3, 3, 2, 1 more each side. Right, release, left, release, and a little shake out of those arms. Keep the band underneath those feet. We're going to keep that slight bend in our knee joints, but hinging forward from the hips. Keep a flat back. Bring those elbows up nice and high. Extend the right back. Bring it in, left back, in. Tricep kickbacks. Back of the arm working again. Right, release, left, release. Again, hinging from the hips so that length stays in the spine. We're not bending and getting that bend in the spine. So not bending at the waist. 3 more each side. 3, 2, 2. 1 more each side. Right, left, right. Release, left. Release that resistance. Stand up nice and tall. Good job. Let's do a little bit of lower body now. Just that right side is going to work with a side leg raise. It's again like we did seated. Small range of motion, nice and tall, keeping that slight bend in that left leg. So it's going to hold your body weight while we press that right out to the side. Nice and lifted, press out, release down. Press out, release. Exhale, inhale. Three more. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Both feet stay down, deadlift. So focusing on the back of your legs, the hamstrings. Very difficult part of the body to reach, especially when we're seated. So if you're able to stand, this is a great movement to do to get those hamstrings involved. A little bit of resistance, bend in those knee joints. Again, hinging from the hip, not bowing at the waist. Hinging from the hip, flat back, back of the legs brings that resistance back up. That's your hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chest forward. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Up nice and tall. Release a little bit of that resistance left side, that side leg raise. Small range of motion. That slight bend in that right knee. Make sure you have a good base as we press that left foot up. Release it down. Press from that outer thigh hip gluteal. I know you're feeling it. We've worked it lots today. Three more. Good job. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Both feet are planted. Side bends, if it's available to you for doing a bend or twisting movement in your spine, and follow along with me. Otherwise, you can do alternating side leg raises or an upper body movement of your choice. Otherwise, you follow along, you keep that length in your spine. Right hand's gonna go down towards my knee as my left elbow comes up high, and we come back center and we switch sides. So left hand down the side of the leg towards the knee, right elbow high, back center. Feel that nice pull in the side of the body, those obliques. So we're strengthening the obliques, we're strengthening our spine and lower back as we gain range of motion in our spine. If still able, really important to do. Front, back, side, side. 2 more each side. 2, 2, 1 more each side. Good job. Release that resistance fully and then take your feet off of it. Then it's going to come back behind the back, just like we started with. Up towards the upper back, as high as it will go, but keeping it underneath the underarms again, so it's not rubbing on your skin, just making it a little bit more comfortable. We have that band. It's gonna press straight out in front of us. Good resistance on it. We're towards the end. You're almost there. Don't fatigue out just yet. Slight bend in those knees, or you can always modify and stay seated. Core tight, press it out. Gently release it. Almost there, almost there. Exhale, inhale. 3, 2, we're gonna hold that last one nice and long, open big. Exhale, squeeze close for those chest flies. Exhale, inhale. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Bring it back towards the chest. We'll alternate pressing in front of us for those extensions or punches. Right and left. Press, press, right, left. Make nice quick movements. Keeping those abdominals pulled in tight, feeling that core work as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Keeping that band right where it is, unless you need to hold on to countertop, wall, back of your chair. Keeping those feet about shoulder distance apart. Before we transition back to seated, we're going to do some heel raises. So focusing on the lower part of the leg, we go high onto the balls of the feet, release down. Heels up, release. Squeezing those calf muscles, so strengthening our calves, ankles, feet. Good job, let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Little shake out. You can remove that band from behind the back. We're going to transition back into our chair. So remember, spot and sit. Don't just plop. Once we're seated, we're not quite done yet. So scooch yourself back up to the front of that chair. Let's focus now on core primarily. Core's been working the entire time, but now we'll do specific movements just for it. So holding on to our band if you would like to. I think it kind of keeps the chest nice and open, shoulders relaxed, lengthen the spine. So we're scooched up to the front. We'll lean to the back to start, but I want you to keep that length in the spine. Center of the belly, that imaginary string, is going to lead us up. We'll bring that band up and then back in, release it back. And release. Center of the belly leads us up. Really have that visual. Abdominals engaging, lifting us. No momentum, no lower body squeezing and lifting us. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Sit up nice and tall. Let's stay up nice and tall. Feet can come a little bit closer in. Shoulders relaxed and down. Bend in those elbows. Twisting side to side if that's available to you. We're bringing that band down towards our right hip. Back up center. Down towards left hip. Up center. Working once again, those obliques, the sides of the waist, our lower back, our spine. Two more each side. 2, 2. Last one, right, center, left, back up to center. Bring the band nice and close to the body. The length stays in your spine. We stay nice and open through the chest, focusing on our lower back, part of the core. So chest goes forward, inhale. Exhale, lower back leads you to sit back up nice and tall. Really want you to pull through those abdominals and imagine that string leading you up from your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, lower back leads you up. More you can pull into those abdominals, more you can feel it working. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Releasing all the way back again, lengthening those legs slightly out. Gonna alternate bringing leg up and twisting as we sit up nice and tall. So right side, left side. So we'll start with right. We sit up nice and tall. Right foot comes up, twist right. Release all the way back. Left side up, twist. Release back. Use breath to assist. Exhale on that exertion. Help that body up. Help those abdominals work. Release. Okay, no momentum. I know we're fatigued. We're almost there. 3 more each side. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1 more each side. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, let's stay up nice and tall. Bring those feet down, just holding on to that band nice and close to the body. We'll do pulse backs. So think you're going about halfway back. We don't get all the way back there. We sit back up tall. You'll feel those abdominals stay contracted entire time. Don't lose your form, so don't get curve in that spine and dump all of the weight into the lower back. Keep that length in the spine. Nice, tall, open. Release halfway back. Abdominals pull you up. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one, good job. 1 more set of our front bends and then dessert. Bring that band nice and close to the body. Keep that length in the spine. Focus on the lower back. Chest goes forward. Inhale. Exhale, imaginary string pulls you up from your lower back. No momentum, no pressing through the upper back, lower back. Pull those abdominals tight. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And release your band down. Shake those fingers out. If you've been holding on to that band along with me, shake those fingers and hands out. I am going to change the music. You stay seated before we do our dessert, our stretches. So important. The best part. I'm gonna bring my water close by as well. If you did stand up, don't forget, no plopping. Even with our stretches, we still want to stay engaged and have good form. So we're scooched up to the front, still abdominals pulled in, shoulders relaxed, nice and tall with length in our spine. We'll start with our spinal twists. Twist and open to that right side if that's available to you. Otherwise, you say center, big deep inhales and exhales. The end of our workout, body's nice and warm. We can really get into our stretches, getting deep into them, breathing into them. And through center over to that left side, or again, staying center with big deep inhales and exhales. And we come back to center. Either interlace the hands behind the back. If you have a chair like mine and you can hold on to the sides, then walk them up the back of that chair and release the chest forward, getting that big opening through the shoulders and chest as you squeeze those shoulder blades together on your upper back. And breathe into that. Work those muscles good. Let's give them the honor and time to release a little bit. And then we'll release that. Bring them onto our lap and hollow out the belly. Now we're gonna round through that spine as we open up those shoulder blades on our upper back. Thinking about seeing space in between each individual vertebrae. We're breathing into that all the way into our lower back. And then we roll up nice and slow back to our neutral spine. That right arm goes across the body. Hug it across with that left. So again, it's not at the neck, across the chest. Just wiggle those fingers a little bit. Get that synovial fluid back into all of those joints. Breathing. We'll open and close 3 times before we switch to the other side. So 3, 2, and now bring the left arm across the body. Hug it across with the right, and now those left fingers wiggle and open and close. And we'll just do one more big open and close. And then release our hands onto our lap, lengthen out through that right leg. We're on the heel, we're flexing the foot, bend in the knee, hinging forward, bring that length down, and breathe all the way down the back of the leg, through the gluteals, into the lower back. Up nice and slow. Once we're sitting tall, right foot comes up, circling from the ankle joint, so knee stays stable. Open those toes and reverse it other way around. And releasing that down. Good job. Switching sides onto that left heel, flexing the foot, so we're bringing that foot back. Slight bend in the knee joint, hinging forward, length goes out, length goes down. And we breathe. Feeling that good stretch. And roll it up nice and slow, sitting tall. Left foot comes up, circling from that ankle joint again. Knee stays stable. No movement. Open those toes, reverse it other way around. And releasing left foot down, open those feet a little more than shoulder distance apart. Hands release down towards the floor. Getting that nice stretch. Ooh, should feel nice. Inner thighs, outer thighs, hips, gluteals, and back. All those parts we worked when we wrapped those legs with that band. You're breathing into them. And we'll roll it up nice and slow. Once you're sitting tall, heel toe those feet back to center, hands on the outer part of the legs. We're nice and tall. Shoulders come up towards the ears with an inhale. Exhale, press, retract, release down. 2 more. 1 more. Circle around to the front. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. 1 more. And reverse it. Circles go to the back. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Release those shoulder blades down the spine. Keep them there. Hands onto your lap. Turn your head. Look over your right shoulder. Body stays center. It's not following along. Stretches of the neck. And other side. Look over that left shoulder. Head back to center, right ear releases towards your right shoulder. Again, nice and tall. And then left releasing down towards that left side. Nice stretch in the side of the neck to the upper part of that shoulder. Head back up center, chin releases down towards the chest for that good stretch in the back of the neck and the upper back. And now bring the gaze up towards the sky, slightly lifting the chin, no added force or pressure, getting that good range of motion and stretch front of the neck and the chest. And then head back to center. We end with our 3 deep inhales and exhales. Big deep inhale, length goes up overhead. And exhale, release it down. Good job. 2 more. Big deep inhale, length up. And exhale. 1 more. Big deep inhale, length up overhead. Exhale, release it all out. You did an amazing job completing that resistance band full body workout. I am so proud of you. Hopefully you've stuck around, and I can go through comments now. I'm going to grab my water. I'm going to scooch up my chair a little bit so I can read. And get nice and close to you if you've stayed this long with me, huh? So before we even started, Mozzarella 121 coming in with a $10 donation. Thank you so much for that. It really truly means so much. Just the viewership alone, but when those donations come in, helping us do this and continue to do this. So thank you for that. We truly appreciate it. So thank you, Mozzarella 121. And then even before we started, my mom, Jeannie Kemp, looking forward to another fun workout with Meredith. Thank you, Mom. I hope you enjoyed the workout. And we had Rosita Video. Good afternoon from sunny and warm Albany, New York, 82 degrees Fahrenheit here. I've been working out daily all week with bands and I'm ready. Well, good job. Hopefully you gave yourself some rest in between those strength training days and you felt good today and you were able to stick around for the workout. I'll see if you chimed in a little bit later, but I'm proud of you. I know you're kind of coming back into it, so good job to Rosita Video. We had Connie. She said, good morning from sizzling Palm Desert, California. Bob is working with you today. I strained a rib muscle while gardening this morning. Go team, go. Well, Bob, I hope you enjoyed the workout. Connie, I hope you were able to watch and ingest some of it and take some rest. A little bit of ice on that area. Thank you guys for joining from your warm part of the country, just like here, huh? We have Jennifer. She's Jennifer Hall, joining from Norwich, UK. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Then Connie said, I cannot resist. I'm doing the leg part while sitting. I knew it. That's funny, but I'm glad. That's good, as long as you felt good. But thank you, Connie. Juanita says, hello, everyone from Boynton Beach, Florida. I'm saying it without reading it. Boynton Beach, Florida. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. But thank you, Juanita, for joining in. Betty says, afternoon, everyone. Looking forward to working out here in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, Betty, for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the workout. We have Morris Moore says hello to all from sunny Washington, D.C. Wonderful, Morris. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed our resistance bands workout today. Beth says hello from warm and humid Sebring, Ohio. Thank you, Beth, for joining in today. Yes, warm and humid. It seems that everywhere, huh? But thanks for joining in, staying in the nice air conditioning, I hope. Let's see. It's Buckhorn. Hello from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for joining in from Nashville. We have Paula says, hi, Meredith. Hi, Paula. Hope you enjoyed the workout. William says, good evening from Wishaw-Bonnie, Scotland. Wonderful, William. Thank you so much for joining from Scotland. That's awesome. We have JP. Good to be back. Well, good you are back. And we are back all live together. Vidya says, hello from Manalapan, New Jersey, I think, if I'm reading it right, but from New Jersey. But thank you for joining from New Jersey. Jennifer Hall again said, why did you repeat 3 exercises standing, which you had also done whilst seated? There are certain parts of the body I like to try and double up on, and instead of doing them both either seated, I can show them in different ways because some people don't realize there are certain things you can do standing versus seated. So we did a lot of the same ones while we were standing. That's why you can do them seated as well. But parts of the body that we can work dually or a couple of times throughout a workout, very important. So that's why we do them. and then I show it standing versus seated, so if you want to do it either way, you kind of know what to do when you're putting your own workouts together. But thank you for that, Jennifer Hall. We have Nicole says hello from Ontario, Canada. Hello to Nicole in Canada. Kay says thank you, Meredith. Well, thank you, Kay Miller, for joining in. Anna says great workout, Meredith. I enjoy every workout that you do, including your live streams. Well, thank you, Anna. I'm glad you were able to join in a live stream. That's always fun to bring us all together, so thank you. Janet says, thanks for this enjoyable workout today from Birmingham, UK. Thank you so much, Janet, from the UK. Glad you enjoyed it. Rosita Video did say, I did stick around for the whole workout. I'm back in the game. Love it. Love when we're all healthy, back in the game, feeling good, doing our best in what we can do each day. That reminder, go to www.seniorfitnesswithmeredith.com. Just the perfect place to see all of our workouts. Ones we record, our live streams are on there as well, our podcasts, merch that we have, the whole 9 yards. You will find it on our website, so make sure you check it out. But as always, thank you all so much for joining. And until next time, keep doing the good work. Bye, everyone.